It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Okay, my face is cramping from smiling so much because we get the plug in this morning. We are speaking to a global community today, and I love it. We are so chuffed to be joined by a truly inspirational figure. Meet Arshay Cooper, who uses sports and in particular rowing to change not only his life, but the lives of those around him. He's bringing people up. Now, Cooper grew up on the west side of Chicago in the 90s, but he's gone on to captain America's first all-black high school rowing team. Just think about that. And is also a best-selling author of the book, A Most Beautiful Thing, which has since been adapted to a film, and we'll get into the release of that. I've got to say, brother, welcome to Cape Town.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
It's amazing to have you here. I was born out of this little dynamic that sport can change lives, and I've been trying to use that vehicle in as many ways as possible. It dawns on me now, as I say the words, just doing your intro. For us in South Africa, representation. Young kids being able to see themselves represented in someone doing something that they haven't or didn't think was possible is the most important thing. So let's talk to the kid in the 90s growing up in Chicago. What was that experience like?
Yeah, you know, Chicago was a place where talent was everywhere, but access and opportunity was not. And, you know, yeah.
Sound familiar, yeah.
Yes. You know, and I grew up, I've never said the word dad a day in my life. My mother was a drug addict, and my brothers were gangsters. And, you know, I've heard gunshots when I slept. I ran for my life. I lost friends. And literally, you see these young people see what most soldiers have seen in war.
Yeah.
But before they're 15 years old.
Before they can process it.
Yeah, you know, and so it's hard to go to school and concentrate, you know, and think. And you're searching for hope. And then one day, you know, after losing hope and believing that God exists everywhere, but in my neighborhood, I walk into a school that was the second most violent high school in the city, and I see this boat. And that's what I was like, oh, what is that?
Not a football, not a baseball, but you look like you could have run a few yards in footy. What was it about the notion of sport, that idea, that boat, what was it, do you think, now that you've had time to process through the book, through many, many opportunities like this, connecting with other individuals, what is it about that switch? And it feels like one switch. What is that when it comes to sport? Yeah,
you know, for me, particularly around rowing, football is great. I love football. I love basketball. But things were very combative for me growing up. And when I played football and basketball, and coach is like, knock him dead, you know, it triggers a lot of trauma of being chased or fights, and you want to fight.
You want to be in that space.
And the thing about rowing is that it's non-combative and it's non-conflict. You go from seeing dirt and concrete every day to just water and grass. And you're downloading that serenity, and before it becomes a sport of competitiveness, it's a sport of meditation. And so it really kind of calms those storms that you go through every day. So it was not an introduction to sports, it was an introduction to wellness. And a lot of kids don't do well because they don't feel well, and this was the place that made us well.
There's a reason why you're here right now. I don't know, there are some commercial reasons. We live in an ecosystem that feeds in and out, I get that, but beyond that, there is a reason why in this moment in time you are here. Why do you think that is? Why are you in South Africa right now from your own perspective? I know you're going to help a lot of people. Yeah. I know that. But why are you here, do you think?
I think, number one, if you see the need, you meet the need.
Yeah.
And I think that, for me, this is the mother city. This is the motherland, right? And I met a lot of young kids yesterday who wish they can just go to the States, but our same wish is that we can make it here. Yeah. And so I'm here to preach rowing and love and connection and all the college opportunities that comes with rowing. There's a huge percent of kids that's rowing in the best universities in our country that are from all over the world.
Yeah.
And these kids can come there for some amazing opportunities and bring that energy and that passion back here. And I am here to do that, to talk about that.
You just want to take our Olympic medals, man. You just
No.
want to take our medals.
They bring those men. They come back here. They represent their
Exactly,
country.
But that's
you know.
the thing. I think we forget that this continent within the diaspora has so many mentors, has so much resource to be tapped into. Buddy, thank you so much for making this your purpose for doing this. We're going to chat to you a little bit further as we make you do a little bit of rowing this morning because he has to do it. But I think we are starting to understand. I talk about that cheat code in life. We live in real time now. We have a globally connected network of people wanting us to succeed as a continent, as a country. Our time is now.